Rivian has officially started rolling out software update 2025.26, and I think a lot of you Rivian owners are really going to like this one. Why? Because Rivian's put a big focus on fixing those nagging software bugs you may have been dealing with, while also improving screen responsiveness and overall system speed. But that's not all. There are a few potentially hidden features tucked into this update too. Stick around until the end so you don't miss any of them. Now let's dive in. The first change I'm really happy about is that Rivian has finally added an on-screen way to restart your vehicle. Before, you had to use that clunky method of holding down the far left steering wheel button and the hazard lights, but not anymore. Now, if you ever feel like your vehicle's computer needs a reset, just head into your settings, click Vehicle, Service, and you'll see a brand new button that restarts all of the vehicle's computers. One thing to keep in mind though, it can take a few minutes for the restart to finish before you're able to drive again. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the biggest part of this update: bug fixes and improved screen responsiveness. To really show the difference, I tested app opening speeds in my Gen 2 R1S, first on software update 2025.22, and then again after installing the new software 2025.26. A quick disclaimer before we dive into the results: I opened each app once beforehand to eliminate any slowdown from caching. That way, we're looking at a fair comparison of raw speed between the two versions. As you can see, there's some slight lag, but everything opens up relatively quick.
Now, there are a lot of people on this software update who actually had a good majority of lag. Like if you went over to Snazzy Labs on Twitter or X, he did share a video which was significant lag and the screen was pretty much unusable. But as you can see, my screen, it's really responsive for this software. So I was really interested to see how the next software update would affect it.
So I just showed you what the last software update looked like as far as my screen speed, and that was already fast. I didn't have much lagging at all, but now it feels even quicker and very snappy. So let's go through the top. Good. There, go here. Everything's pretty much instant, which is awesome. Can do the 2-finger drag. It's just so much faster. I don't think I would be able to do this in the last software update as easily, which is really, really impressive. Let's go to our navigation. I did just like expanding and zooming out. So let's see if it can handle this speed a little bit better, because it was really good in my last software update. Yeah, it's just loading much quicker. And I'm in the same area, so it shouldn't be anything to do with LTE. And then it just zooms back in, which is awesome. That's great. Now let's do the pulling test. So just pulling, see if it just doesn't pull up the data. Wow, it's quicker. It's a lot quicker than what it used to be, and now we're in the ocean. All right, and then back, like that was so fast. So the team definitely worked out a lot of bugs, and the speed is just, it's there. So it's getting better. I think they can continue to improve it, but it's getting a lot better. Something that didn't make the update notes is a possible tweak to the Gen 2 audio system. A friend of the channel, Travis Ketchum, shared that the update seems to bring a noticeable audio boost. Here are my thoughts after listening to the audio. So I've been playing around with the audio because of what Travis said to see if like bass was a lot more on the low end, and it seems to be a little bit better. I'm still having all the same issues that I was having with the audio before, so there's clearly not a huge step up, and that's probably why Wasim said in the next update you're going to notice more, because what I'm still experiencing is that the audio for me, I hear it more on the right side, and I don't really hear anything over on my left side. And this is more specific to Dolby Atmos, not like your Bluetooth or non-Dolby Atmos songs. Those sound pretty full. They're not the best quality, but it's still the Dolby Atmos songs that's supposed to be surround sound that just all feel over to the right side. I would say there may be a little bit of a boost in those low ends for the bass. You know, it's It's not there yet, so I'm really interested to see what the team is doing for the next update.
But the biggest thing hiding in this update was revealed by MP Shizzle, and it's about the upgrade to Gen 2's Autonomy platform for highway assist. Because up until now, Rivian's highway assist was still relying on the Mobileye camera unit instead of Rivian's own custom camera suite. But after this update, that has changed. Rivian has officially switched over to their in-house cameras, which is supposed to improve the following. Here are my thoughts during my test drive.
So what we know about this new update 2025.26 is actually that we are no longer using the old camera system. We are now using the actual Rivian custom cameras. So I'm gonna put myself into that autonomy. All right, we can go hands off pretty much immediately on this road. And right off the bat, I actually do feel a slight difference, because the difference that I'm actually feeling is the fact that we're doing a little bit more side to side and not just staying directly in the middle of the lanes like we have in the past. Another thing that is really nice to notice is that lane changes on their own are much smoother, and the vehicle adjusts its speed a lot quicker. Just like it says in the release notes, I think that the cameras are just adjusting a lot quicker than what they were in the past. But overall, I'm really happy. I think we took 3 steps forward and maybe 1 step back with the Rivian cameras. Like right now, I can barely see the lines and it hasn't kicked me out yet, which is so uncommon. Before, I felt like it was always kicking me out and then putting me back into autonomy, which is definitely a pro. Just to let you know, I really don't think that this system is going to be free for much longer. They're going to start charging for it because it's already improved drastically. Autonomy is definitely getting better, but that's not to say that there's a long way to go with autonomy. There's so many things that I would like to see in future updates, especially those kind of low risk things like self parking, parallel parking. Like summoning in and out of a tight spot would be really, really nice.
The last upgrade worth noting is that both Gen 1 and Gen 2 receive steering performance upgrades, refining calibrations in sport and off-road modes for sharper, more responsive feel. Personally, after spending some time in a closed parking lot, I could notice a slight change in sport mode. With that said, most drivers probably won't pick up on it. It feels like a fairly minor adjustment overall. Still, I think Rivian made the right call focusing on bug fixes and screen responsiveness. This isn't a perfect update because plenty of owners are still reporting issues, but the improvements are noticeable and it's a step in the right direction. For future updates, I'd like to see Rivian prioritize the driver display, where switching songs or loading 3D vehicle models still lags more than I'd like. On the other hand, I'm really impressed with the progress in autonomy. Other than a bit of lane wobbling, everything feels more refined, with smoother lane changes, better speed control in stop and go traffic, improved reading of faint or broken lane markings, and stronger overall responsiveness to the road's environment. Like I've said before, this really does feel like the new version of the space race, the self-driving race. That wraps up this new software update. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any bugs or maybe discovered something Rivian didn't mention in the release notes? Drop your experiences in the comments below. And if this breakdown was helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you're always in the loop for what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and remember, adventure is always out there.